at World Economic, no, that's not true, it's during World Economic Forum. Just to be clear, we are just a kind of a side event, and we decided to show up here because this place here was the Genesis event of Crypto Mountain. This was also the basic idea to have debates. You see maybe these two animals. These two animals are kind of locals here. They are top in the mountain. They are Capricorn, I think it's in English. And the good thing is they have debates, but they do not hurt each other as much that somebody would be killed. So this is kind of our driving motivation, that we search for topics we can debate about, and we definitely give everything we have, our arguments, emotions, etc. And one topic that is addressed today, banking, is also a hot topic, and in the land of banks especially. And I would like to hand over to Hans-Uli, who is responsible, Hans-Uli Overturf, who is responsible for this event. We have the program here, blockchain finance. Maybe it's a better expression is disintermediation. We will talk about this together with Thomas Daroni. Then it will be followed by Daniel Diemers from PwC, who will talk about more in the future in general of wealth management. And then after more from an investor's perspective, Barbara Lang, Dr. Barbara Lang, we will see also a very spectacular perspective from the Wall Street, what Wall Street says to this development. Are they our friends or not? I don't know. That will cover everything. And finally, we will have a panel. And then after the panel, we have a short break. And then we will continue with content offered by Crypto Valley Labs afterwards. And just to have said, we are asked to move out very fast because, you know, World Economic Forum means space is limited. And they accepted that we go out very fast and continue our discussion outdoor. We have a chocolate reception outdoor. We have tables where we have heat under there, and this is done by the family of Overturfs. So it's a very special moment, and you are invited to join. Let me hand over to Hans-Uli. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Reto. Thanks for the great show you're putting on here. My topic is disintermediation of financial services. I had to condense the topic due to, as Reto said, time limitations. Space is very expensive here. So I'm going to just talk about the essence. So the disintermediation of financial services in the age of blockchain, I'm referring to financial services for individuals, just for the record. I'm Hans Overturf. I'm head of business development at Sisu, also co-founder, and I'll talk about that a bit more. And next slide, please. This is not a solicitation to buy or sell securities. Next slide. In the US, they're usually up this long, these disclosures, so this is short and sweet in Switzerland. I worked at Morgan Stanley as a financial advisor, started there in 2001, and focused, you can break the bullets, focused on equity growth. And I'm now a passive minority owner of a asset management firm that my son runs, and he does primarily equity growth and reversion to the mean strategies. You can go back to the bullet point one, or maybe I take the thing, the clicker. That way we haven't practiced this yet. Okay, so we have two strategies, long equity growth reversion to the mean strategies. I also run with three others, a large meetup group in the San Francisco Bay Area. So Sisu is primarily located in the San Francisco Bay Area. It's a total of 12 people. Then I'm a student, a lifelong student of monetary systems and economic systems, and also how people make decisions, behavioral economics in particular. I'm involved in two projects, and we're going to talk about the second project today. It's the project we have in Liechtenstein. The most important ability I feel I bring to the table is I'm a bridge builder between old and new worlds, but also I enjoy being a team builder. I'm not the CEO type, but I like to bring people together and help to create a harmonious, efficient team. Okay, so we're currently in the process of incorporating our AG in Liechtenstein. We're planning to launch a digital crypto bank. And this is a relatively short process in Liechtenstein. A little bit more to that. We have some of our team is here. May our team stand up and come up here a little bit to the front. I'm not going to introduce them because of time constraints, but if you'd like to talk to one of us afterwards, who else is, Thomas is half team member, but we'll talk afterwards. Okay, let's move on. Sorry for the short intro. Otherwise I have trouble with the Reto. Okay, today's situation. And I'm talking about disintermediation of financial services. Today, you can disintermediate everything. Banks are obsolete from a technology point of view. So all you need to do is you need to take what's existing technology-wise and build it, but with a big asterisk, and I'll allude to that a little bit more. So examples of that is Melonport. I just saw Mona, the CEO, just half an hour ago. She walked by here. She's presenting next door, actually. They are disintermediating asset management. Etherisk is disintermediating insurance. So there are two main topics in our endeavor, and I'm only going to speak about one of them. So the two topics are financial services are delivered inefficiently and not user-friendly. And there are too many intermediaries. Even though today the topic is disintermediation of financial services, I'm going to focus on the first one because the disintermediation topic will take quite a bit longer. Okay, so this is really a populistic slide, so take it with a grain of salt, but it really drives home the point. So let me first show you the left-hand slide. Or the left-hand portion of the slide, which is, when you look in the middle you can call it the central bank, the building in the middle. How do you operate this thing with a beamer? Okay. In the middle is the central bank. In the past, the central bank, all the transactions went through the central bank. Now with blockchain, so on the outside are commercial banks. So with blockchain now, the banks can interact with each other. And again, it's very simplified and just the concept. What I really want to draw your attention to on the left-hand side is how banks envision blockchain is that they will still have their clients, but within there still be the portal, and it may stay like that for a very long time. We don't know. But the clients, they are still bank-facing. Our solution is more on the left-hand side, I have to say. But what a lot of bankers are not aware of is the right-hand side. That banks can be completely eliminated, financial services can be completely eliminated is a technological possibility. It is today already possible to eliminate all middlemen. But is it practical? Is it possible regulatory-wise? No. Hence, our project. We're simplifying the delivery of financial services. So let me just give you a simple example. Let's say you want to open a bank account with a large Swiss bank. And maybe you have, and you're a Swiss citizen, but maybe you have a funny sounding last name that is not the typical Swiss name. So you will have to fill out paperwork, it will take weeks to get approved. It's a very inefficient process. You have to fill out the paperwork with pen, actual paperwork in many cases. And there's no reason that it is like that. Our solution is open an online account similar to N26, German bank. You receive your account number immediately. You can use it for very limited transactions. You create immediate momentum for the client, immediate usability. Also, and of course, you know, it's not that easy. You open the account and then there's additional steps down the road. But the main thing is the client gets an account number. He can already provide the account number to merchants, to counterparties. And then there's additional steps, of course, that have to be taken to approve all transactions in larger amounts. Okay, here is the novice, the novice approach that we have. It's a wallet in the account. We are really facing the non-crypto geek. Of course, we welcome those as well, but we want to make everything very user-friendly. So no private keys, no separate wallets, but of course, you still need that in the background, and that's what Thomas is going to talk about. And it's not that easy. We can't create this overnight. It's many years of building such a platform, but we're focusing on immediate usability, so that you have immediate account that you can use. You're going to have limited functions, but again, the main objective is to create momentum and create user-friendly products. And in the US, what we really focus on is the automation of the financial planning process, financial planning and implementation, but that's another story for another day. Okay, continued simplify, deliver financial services. We're not ideologically inclined. We just want to produce solutions. In the blockchain space, you have a lot of ideologues, and I know a lot of them. And we're not pro or contra anything. The role of blockchain in our business is when it makes sense, we use it. We're bridge builders. Our team is really well versed regulatory-wise. We have one team member, he has started a bank from scratch, and from filling out the first piece of paper to getting the license, 3.5 months. I know it's hard to believe. We're giving ourselves 6 months. We are culturally diverse. We have a Korean member on our team, and also ideological. I just spoke about that. Why Liechtenstein? First of all, my father-in-law grew up in Liechtenstein, and my wife and kids are all Liechtenstein citizens. So I know the culture, and Liechtenstein culture is different than, say, Zurich or London. They operate more like, you know, they're shrewd farmers. I mean that in a nice way, you know. But you have to know them, and you can't just be, you can't just know such and such and such and such. You also need to be competent for them to accept you. And the banking situation in Liechtenstein has changed drastically over the past 5 years to now have a white money strategy, and that has the regulators really bend over backwards to accommodate new technologies. And the paths in Liechtenstein are very direct. Also, Liechtenstein is part of the European Economic Area, which means you have the ability to passport a lot of your of approvals. Now, there's one big disadvantage. Liechtenstein has no primary and secondary financial markets, capital markets. And from my time at Morgan Stanley, I know how extremely important that is. So our approach is we come in, establish the bank, and build pipelines into the EU, with other banks, with other Swiss banks, and the building of pipelines is very crucial for us. And our vision is you make the pie bigger, and you don't focus on your little piece of pie. Okay, I'm already done, Reto. Aren't you happy? But Thomas is coming too. I'm doing good on time, no? Okay, so in conclusion, future banking will change due to disintermediation, and the crypto will be a key element. Liechtenstein is a favorite location. What I didn't mention there is the Blockchain Act that has a very unique approach in Liechtenstein, very pragmatic. That will probably be passed in February. Get in touch with us if you're interested in our business case. So let me introduce Thomas now. Thomas Tavoni is CTO and co-founder of Core Technologies. And I've met Thomas a while ago, and he's one of this rare breed that actually is at home in both worlds. And he's really focused on creating solutions. And Thomas and Core Technologies is our primary candidate to build our crypto or blockchain core banking system.
Thank you very much for this introduction. Do you love music? I guess yes, me too, but we try to turn it off. No problem. Just ask the hotel. We didn't find the band. But Thomas, let's go with music.
Okay.
Maybe again.
Yeah, thank you very much for the introduction. As long as we have not Nirvana or something in the background, it will work. So I'm the CTO of Core Technologies. We are providing and figure out how it works with a crypto bank. We could do it with you. It was a long time ago we started with this project. First, in the topic we have here is the disintermediation. We talk about this now years ago. Yeah, we could do this without a bank, but it's always important to know how this technically works in the background. So we have there two important components. One is the transaction. If we have a look at a transaction today, someone will pay to someone other money through a bank. A bank is the security element and guarantees us that this transaction will work. So we pay a fee for this. So if we compare this to the crypto world, everyone has his own private key and will secure the transaction by himself. So from a purely technical perspective, it's no more necessary to have the bank in there, but maybe this is an illusion because if we see on the right side the private key, then yeah, we have to store it. Today we store this on a memory stick, on a mobile phone, and maybe this is not the right place for doing this. So we from Core Technologies store this in our hardware security modules in the data center, and from this perspective you have another party where you have to trust. So from the solutions today we have a part of the private key on the mobile phones and another part of the private key inside the data center. In the middle we see the crypto world, but someone else has to run these hardware security modules. We are a tech provider, we have no bank licenses and something like this, and so we provide this technology for different providers that have maybe these licenses that run these services on the top of our solution. One of the core of our core technologies technology is we have our own data centers here in Switzerland. We are run the full solution on an IBM mainframe technology. On the other side, we have the Securosys HSM for storing the private keys. On the layer we provide to the customers, we have different services like token issuance, wallet services, AML and KYC services, or maybe someone else wants to do exchange things. On the other hand, we have also big data and reporting. We have connected all these things with our technology, and a service provider could use now this as an API. But on the other side, you need also some kind of DevOps lifecycle to run this. As you could imagine, if you develop a software, maybe for a bank or for a big insurance or whatever you want, you need a developer team that could make a release, not like in the 80s in 3 or 4 months or 2 years. You have to fix a bug maybe in minutes if you have a problem on these systems. So you need also a DevOps, and we provide the whole solution of all these things to a service provider. In this case, the project of Hans and his team. They are a service provider inside more or less in a bank sector. On the other hand, we see the layer on the top. We have there this the person or the employee or the user or the customer that has a mobile phone and a part of the private key on his mobile phone to accept a transaction or to initiate a transaction. But it could not be that this person who stored the private key only on his or her mobile phone, because if you lose that, it's no more possible to restore. So you need a solution that is flexible and that could be used for a normal citizen on this world. And today on the interfaces we are strongly in contact with this project to provide them the services that they need for building up a crypto bank in the end. Yeah, from my side, this last part on the right side, as all we know, the ledger, the crypto himself will work without any other services. But it will not be the solution that the protocol, if the protocol is running, yeah, no one else, my mother or whatever, for other person will go create their own private keys and using this protocol. So you need a solution that everyone could use it in a normal way. That is maybe one of our main vision or ideas. We have to provide these technologies, make this possible in the end. But in the end, we are a wide labeled solution. We are providing this to other companies that then building their own individual business logic on top for making a specific service.
And if I may add, Thomas, because this is the essence of our endeavor, basically 80% of the importance of our endeavor is Thomas, is the technology, is gathering data, is having a platform. And the 20%, which is, even though only 20% in importance, it is the crucial part to actually deliver, to build something on top that is actually user-friendly. So bring the geniuses together with the people that can not only deliver something that's user-friendly, but it can also interact with the regulators and make something that's pragmatic and not just pie in the sky. And that's really the fusion. And we had so many conversations about that very topic. And there's a match from a cultural point of view, like how we approach business. Let's put it that way, you know.
Yeah.
We have strong views, political views and such, but we, in the end, we want to build solutions.
So, and from this intermediation point of view, we see here that, yeah, we have ledgers, yeah, we have crypto, but we need also service providers on the top that will run these solutions. And as we see that the ledgers come bigger and bigger and bigger, we could not run this on our notebooks, on our mobile phones, so we need there maybe big data centers. And in the end, who one is running this? Not we self as a private person, so we need there also a type of companies that runs this as today a bank in the end. Yeah, from my side, from the technical stuff, this is our slide.
Okay, good. Thank you very much. Can you just take the other slides, please? Thank you. So you're supposed to be a techie.
Yeah.
And I like the slide with the people up there. That's just what I observed as a non-techie. I think it's always good to have in mind for whom you build that stuff. And we are very much fell in love with technology, with products, etc. But I think that is extremely important that you have the customer there and you have it also visible. So yeah. I like it that you have real person. Maybe you can change the persons a little bit. Yeah. Okay, thank you very much. Now we come to Daniel Diemers. Daniel, I know longer than many of us because as it happened,